Hello and welcome to Daily Sim Racing. We are still taking the Porsche 919 Hybrid and the Ferrari F2004 around the Circuit de la Sarthe and Monza respectively. We're changing up the video format a little bit today. We're going to be only looking at the two fastest laps of the day instead of my entire practice session, which should cut down the length of the videos considerably. So let's get started with my lap of the Circuit de la Sarthe in the Porsche 919 Hybrid. Alright, so as we take off here, we get to take the first look at it. Everything so far is good. We're going to miss the apex up here just because I didn't turn in enough, but it doesn't really matter that the lap cut happened. So as we start heading down the main straight, the start-finish straight, we're already ahead of the Ghost, but we want to actually stay in 6th, but we ended up staying 7th apparently this time. I ran this lap a lot of times, but we want to come all the way down into 1st through this chicane. That way we can get the best run out possible. So we have to brake just a little bit coming down here, and then we need to come down into 4th and then 3rd to get around these two corners. Once this happens, I'll take a bit of grass on accident, but we want to stop brake right before that blue begins. So as we come down, we're going to be looking into the first of the 4 chicanes, the right-left. So as you can see, I'm staying to the left side of the track just in order to get the straightest line possible. And then I'm going to be braking around the yellow marker on the left-hand side, which you just saw fly past. So as we're going through, I come out of it in 2nd and immediately can jump back up to 4th just by getting my foot on the power quickly. There was a little bit of wiggle there. I think there was a bump in the track. But now we're going to start taking a look at this left-right. So I brake at a certain tree down here that I can see on my right side. But we come in, we hold 2nd through here because holding 1st doesn't work. I tried that and I spun out a few times, so that wasn't worth it. But we're back up into 7th. I have a very long 7th gear on this one, just because we've got the straights like this, and this is where I gained a lot of my time. So I break in a straight line all the way up to that point, and then I actually didn't brake enough. So I ended up going a little deeper into the corner than I would have liked, but it was still an improvement off of what I had from my previous lap. So as we're heading down here, the hill at the end is when we brake. So as soon as we start going downhill, we want to brake. So you can see that here when I hit the downhill and brake, and then we turn into the left-hander right here, and then accelerate back up from 1st. Brake right before the curbs here. I actually brake a little early into this corner, so that's something that I could improve. A little later braking in there. Then we start heading down this straight, which will be ended in a slow right-hander. Probably one of my least favorite corners on the track. It feels like you should be braking later, but really you need to brake earlier than you think. And then I'm actually going to hold 4th gear through almost all of this. You'll see at the very end that we'll pop into 5th, but we've got to just brake a couple times and let it accelerate back up in 4th. But you have to stay in the track. Going onto the green does constitute a lap cut, as I found on probably my best lap yet. I had gone over onto it and caused myself a penalty. So we can go over both of the curbs here, and we slowly and do the same at that last chicane, and then accelerate all the way up and across the line. And that is a lap of the Circuit de la Sarthe. Alright, and as we head into this lap, we are just neck and neck with our Ghost. So let's head down, brake at about 100, pump the brakes a little bit to avoid a little bit of the lockup, go around, get a really good exit from the first chicane, which is something I had been missing for a little while. They're a little rare for me. But as we head down, we're going to brake at about 100 again. Pumping the brakes just to get a little bit more traction in braking due to not having ABS. But then we come around this Lismo, we very cautious, we almost slide out right there, and then we're very cautious coming around the second one, staying in first gear. So that's something I should probably stay in second gear for tomorrow. But as we continue down the back straight, we're going to brake at about 100 again. 100 meters is about the braking point at a lot of points on this circuit. But then we're coming over the curbs on everywhere. We're using all the track that we can. And then we're heading down the back straight into Parabolica. So for Parabolica, I'm braking around 75, 50 meters, somewhere in there, just because you don't need to scrub off that much speed. You just need enough to make your downforce effective. So then we come across the line with a 126.6, which is a fair amount faster. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any comments down below about improvements or suggestions you guys have got. Thank you guys for watching, and see ya.